1873 in Kansas. A family who ran a small inn were suspects to at least 11 travelers' murder. And when police discovered the bodies, the family had vanished. This is the story of the Bloody Benders, America's first serial killer family, and no one knows what happened to them. 1870. The Bender family arrived in Labette County, Kansas. John Bender Sr. and his wife, their son, John Jr., and their daughter, Kate. They built a cabin along a busy trail. The front half became an inn. The back half, hidden by a canvas curtain, was their living quarters. Kate was beautiful and charismatic. She claimed to be a psychic healer. Her charm brought travelers to the inn, where they would die. The other Benders were strange. The mother was cold. Neighbors called her the she-devil. John Jr. always laughed at nothing, constantly. People thought he was insane. Here's how it worked. Kate would seat a traveler at the table with their back to the canvas curtain. While they ate, one of the Benders waited behind the curtain, hammer raised. They'd strike the victim's skull from behind. The body would drop through a trap door into the cellar below, where another Bender slit their throat. The victims bled out in the cellar. The Benders robbed them, took everything of value, then dragged the bodies outside, buried them in the vegetable garden at night under the stars, and waited for the next traveler. For 2 years, people vanished along that trail, until March 1873. A prominent doctor went missing. His brother was a state senator, and he wasn't going to let this go. He organized search parties. The trail led to the Bender Inn. The senator visited the Benders, asked about his brother. They said yes, he'd stopped there, but he'd left. The senator was suspicious. He planned to return with law enforcement. Days later, a neighbor noticed the cabin looked abandoned. The Benders were gone. Authorities searched the property. In the cellar, they found blood everywhere, the trap door. Then they searched the garden. They started digging, and they found the first body, then another, and another. At least 11 bodies total. Skulls crushed, throats slashed, buried face down. One victim was a father and his young daughter buried together, and the infant girl may have been buried alive to silence her cries while her family was murdered. The Bloody Benders, that's what newspapers called them. The governor offered a $2,000 reward, $50,000 in today's money. Search parties scoured Kansas, Missouri, beyond. Dozens of arrests were made, but none of them were the real Benders. So, what happened to them? Some say vigilantes caught and killed them, lynched them before they could be arrested. Others believe they escaped, split up, changed their identities. Women were arrested over the years, accused of being Kate Bender. All were released. None were her. The Benders had vanished completely, never caught, never punished, their fate unknown. For 150 years, their disappearance has remained one of America's greatest unsolved mysteries. But here's what's terrifying. In 2024, archaeologists began excavating the site, looking for evidence, artifacts, anything that could solve the mystery. And what they found, they're not telling us yet. They plan to dig for years, because the ground hasn't given up all its secrets. How many people really died at the Bender Inn? Where did the family go? And what's still buried beneath that Kansas prairie? The earth swallowed them, just like it swallowed their victims. The Bloody Benders, gone, but never forgotten.